Inside the high-tech exofarm lab, a mysterious scientist is deep into some strange experiments using ants. Suddenly, an intense gout flare-up hits his leg, sending him crashing backward in pain. In the chaos, he knocks over his equipment, and one of his specially modified ants manages to escape into the world. Fast forward a few months later, we meet 12-year-old Pelle, a kid just trying to survive middle school. Pelle is a nice guy, but he's so incredibly boring that everyone treats him like he's invisible. People don't even know his name. He lives a lonely life with no friends and zero popularity. Pelle tries everything to get the attention of his crush, Amanda, but she doesn't even know he exists. Even during school photo day, the photographer gets his name wrong, and in the group photo, only the very top of Pelle's head is visible. Poor kid. In class, the teacher gives them an assignment: create a poster about an interesting person in town. Amanda's sister, Ida, complains that there are no interesting people in such a small town. The teacher suggests starting with Exofarm, since their father is the CEO. When it's time to pick partners, Pelle thinks Amanda is asking him, but he quickly realizes she was actually talking to the girl sitting right behind him. After school, Pelle hangs out on the roof to clear his head. He sees two older bullies picking on a kid named Wilhelm. Pelle decides to play hero and throws apples at the bullies before hiding. However, a teacher spots him from below and shouts his name, blowing his cover. Suddenly, Pelle is in a high-stakes chase across town. He's surprisingly fast, but eventually, he ducks into the garden of a very creepy, legendary house to hide. This is the house of Mrs. Gamelkra, a woman who supposedly died under mysterious circumstances. While he's hiding, a stray ant crawls onto his leg. The bullies hear a noise and suspect he's in the garden, but they're too scared of the haunted house to enter. As Pelle explores the yard, the ant crawls up to his neck and gives him a nasty bite. Pelle instantly feels dizzy and collapses. Before passing out, he sees a blurry figure approaching him. He wakes up after dark and rushes home. His mom is furious that he's late, so he makes up a lie about losing track of time while playing with a classmate. He's too exhausted to eat, so he goes straight to bed. That night, he has vivid dreams about ants, and in a trance-like state, he raids the kitchen for a massive midnight feast. The next morning, Pelle has no memory of the feast and is shocked by the mess of snack wrappers in his room. At breakfast, his parents are watching an interview with a scientist named Mr. Sommerstadt. Pelle notices something is wrong. A milk carton gets stuck to his hand, and when he tries to pick up a juice glass, it shatters instantly in his grip. He's developing super strength. Pelle rushes to school, accidentally bumping into Wilhelm. When he tries to enter the classroom, he accidentally rips the door handle right off. Later, in gym class, the teacher picks Pelle for a demonstration. The teacher hits him hard, making him fall twice in front of everyone. Feeling humiliated and noticing Amanda is watching, Pelle snaps. He pushes the teacher back with so much force that the man literally flies across the room. Panicked by his own power, Pelle runs away. Wilhelm, who saw everything, follows Pelle and corners him. "You're a superhero, aren't you?" he asks. While Wilhelm geeks out over potential superpowers, Pelle notices a strange man parking a car near Mrs. Gamelkra's house. It's the scientist from the lab. The scientist is plotting revenge against the Exofarm CEO. Pelle ignores it for now and agrees to let Wilhelm help him figure out his powers. Back home, Pelle plays with his action figures, imagining he's a hero saving Amanda. But when he throws a pretend punch, he accidentally smashes his bedroom door. The next day, he confesses to Wilhelm that an ant bit him. Wilhelm is thrilled and takes Pelle to his hero lair filled with comic books. They start testing Pelle's ant powers based on science. First, super strength, because ants can lift many times their body weight. Second, powerful jaws. Pelle can bite through almost anything. Third, a super sense of smell. They even try to see if he can fly, but Pelle just face plants onto the ground. They discover his secret weapon, formic acid. Just like certain ants, Pelle's urine is highly acidic and can melt through metal. Lastly, they realize that for an ant, protecting the queen is everything. Every hero needs a suit. After some failed DIY attempts, they order parts online and assemble a cool-looking costume. They head to a supermarket parking lot to look for crimes. After debating many names, they finally settle on the perfect one, Antboy. While Wilhelm goes to get snacks, Pelle sees a thief snatch a woman's purse. This is it, his first mission. Pelle confronts the thief, who just laughs at the kid in the funny suit. Scared, Pelle accidentally walks backward right up a vertical wall. The thief is terrified by this wall-crawling kid. Pelle seizes the moment, jumps on the thief, and takes him down. When Wilhelm returns, the police are questioning the thief about a scary kid. Pelle tries to show Wilhelm how he climbed the wall, but he can't do it again. He realizes his powers run on sugar. Wilhelm realizes Pelle needs sugar for energy, just like real ants. He gives Pelle a power belt loaded with candies for instant recharges and a headset so they can stay in constant communication. Pelle begins his superhero journey alongside his best friend Wilhelm. Before long, news about Antboy starts blowing up in all the newspapers. The public falls in love with him, giving him the fame and attention he always dreamed of. From custom t-shirts to action figures, everyone wants a piece of the Antboy craze. Even his crush, Amanda, finally starts paying attention to the boy who was once invisible. While Pelle is busy enjoying the fame, signing autographs, and giving interviews, Wilhelm has concerns. Wilhelm explains that a true hero should focus on helping people, not just using powers for popularity. One evening, while Amanda is busy working on her school project, she hears a strange noise on her balcony. She soon realizes that the movie's supervillain, the Flea, has arrived to kidnap her. Amanda's sister, Ida, rushes into the room after hearing a scream, but she's too late. The Flea has already vanished with Amanda, leaving only her necklace behind as a clue. The next day at school, Pelle is heartbroken to hear that Amanda and Ida are absent. Suddenly, a terrifying scream echoes through the school. A student is about to fall off the roof. Pelle quickly changes into his suit and crawls up the wall to save the day. But as he pulls the student to safety, he realizes it's just a recording. It was a trap set by Ida. Ida reveals she did it to get the famous Antboy's attention because she needs his help. She shows him a video from the Flea, threatening to kill Amanda unless the CEO of Exafarm resigns within 48 hours. Knowing they can't go to the police without risking Amanda's life, Pelle decides to save her with Wilhelm's help. During the talk, Pelle accidentally mentions Wilhelm's name, forcing him to let Ida join their secret team. Wilhelm is annoyed, believing that girls usually end up ruining top-secret superhero missions. However, when Ida shows him the ransom video, Wilhelm's anger shifts toward the Exafarm CEO. He believes the girl's father is a corrupt businessman, though Ida admits she knows her father isn't perfect. Despite their differences, the three agree that kidnapping Amanda is wrong and must be stopped. Pelle notices the necklace Ida brought and realizes he can use his super sense of smell. Using his nose like a tracking dog, Pelle leads them across the city on their bicycles. They eventually arrive at the creepy old house of Mrs. Gamelkra. While the others are terrified of the local legends, Pelle bravely enters the house alone. He finds a locked back door and uses his acidic urine power to melt the lock and get inside. In the basement, he discovers a high-tech laboratory that looks like a mad scientist's lair. There, he finally finds Amanda trapped inside an unbreakable glass cage. Before he can free her, the Flea appears from the shadows and traps Pelle inside a glass cage as well. The Flea reveals his tragic backstory. He was once a brilliant chemist at Exafarm. He was studying rare ants that could survive deadly diseases, hoping to find a cure for his mother. He had successfully created a serum and was the mysterious man Pelle saw during the first ant bite. His mother was recovering, but then the CEO, Sommerstadt, shut down his lab and stopped the research. Without the serum, his mother died, and the Flea's life's work was destroyed. Driven by revenge, he injected himself with the experimental ant serum. It cured his own illness and made him 100 times stronger than a normal human. However, the mutation made him bloodthirsty, requiring him to carry bags of blood in his suit to stay powered up. The Flea mocks Pelle, telling him he should be grateful since his powers came from the Flea's research. He tries to manipulate Pelle, saying Amanda only loves the hero, not the real boy, and that Wilhelm only cares about his powers. The manipulation is interrupted by the sound of police sirens. Ida had called for backup. The Flea uses his wings to fly away, while the police rescue Pelle and Amanda from the basement. Pelle starts feeling discouraged, thinking the Flea might be right about his friends. He tells Wilhelm he's quitting the superhero business and hands over his mask. The next day at school, Pelle and Wilhelm are no longer on speaking terms. Suddenly, the Flea launches a violent attack on the school, sending students running in terror. Wilhelm tries to convince Pelle to suit up, but Pelle refuses, wanting to stay a normal kid. While Pelle hides with the other students, Wilhelm decides to be a hero himself. Wilhelm puts on the Antboy mask and grabs 2 cans of ant spray to face the villain alone. In the hallway, Wilhelm helps a little girl escape before being cornered by the Flea. Because he has no powers, Wilhelm is easily captured by the villain. Pelle hears the little girl saying, "Antboy saved her," and realizes his best friend is in mortal danger. He rushes inside and finds a theater costume used for a school play. It's a fake Antboy suit. He puts it on and confronts the Flea, who realizes he's been tricked when he unmasks Wilhelm. The Flea knocks Pelle across the room, and Pelle realizes he has no sugar left for energy. Because it's a fake suit, there are no emergency candies inside. The Flea takes advantage of Pelle's weakness and throws him out of the building. On the ground, Pelle finds a soda bottle and drinks it, giving him a massive sugar rush. Seeing Pelle's power return, the Flea grabs Wilhelm and flies off into the forest to hide. Ida wants to help, but Pelle tells her to stay back and uses his super teeth to steal a bike for the chase. In the woods, Pelle finds Wilhelm's glasses and follows the scent to find his friend tied to a tree. As he frees Wilhelm, the Flea's voice echoes, saying Pelle's real weakness isn't sugar, it's the people he loves. The Flea jumps out to attack, but Pelle and Wilhelm reveal they have a secret plan. Pelle lures the Flea into a one-on-one fight, acting as a distraction while recharging. While the Flea is distracted, Wilhelm sneaks up from behind and drains the blood bags in the villain's suit. With his power source gone, the Flea becomes weak, and Pelle delivers a final, massive punch. The villain is sent flying into a tree and is finally knocked unconscious. That evening, the news shows the Flea being arrested and the CEO being investigated for his crimes. Amanda prepares to thank her hero, but when Antboy arrives, he turns down her kiss. He gives her the necklace back and asks for Ida instead, much to Amanda's surprise. Ida and Pelle share a moment of true friendship, promising to keep his secret identity safe. Later, Wilhelm approaches Pelle with a new idea. He wants to build himself a superhero suit too. The movie ends with the trio, Pelle, Wilhelm, and Ida, joining forces to fight crime together.